There has been a visible increase in terror activity on the Jammu side of Pir Panjal ranges. You have been the DGP. What's your sense of what's really happening on the ground there?
Yeah, it is a fact that all these terrorists who are operating in Jammu region are all foreigners. Whatever name they give, Kashmir Tigers and all, we all know it's Jaish-e-Mohammed. All these terrorists are foreigners. And those who were operating, whether they were operating in Rajouri, Poonch, Kathua or Doda. My first request to everyone is the leadership of Army and the BSF who are guarding LOC and the IB, that we must do whatever we can do to limit this infiltration and bring it to zero. That is what is the problem you are facing in Jammu region is because of this infiltration, and that I think an action plan needs to be implemented to stop this. Number two, those who have come inside, we need to eliminate them as early as possible. And the overground network, we need to utilize. I think this three-pronged strategy would be very handy. What is happening is the Pakistan deep state has actually changed the strategy and is targeting Jammu region because of multiple factors. Spread of the forces, easing pressure on Indo-China border and Kashmir, which was after abrogation of Article 370. There has been a robust security grid in that area, and that is what they are looking for. And Jammu region, both terrain is difficult, it's all hilly rugged mountains, that suits the thick forest. I think these are the reasons they are targeting Jammu region.
Sir, quickly, last question. Did we fail to anticipate this?
I think there has been some. I think we went last 15 years. There were no major incident. The forces were withdrawn. They were redeployed. There were gaps, and this is what they are taking advantage.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. S.P. Vaid, for joining us. I promise that I'll let you go early because you have another engagement. So for now, I would let you go. It would have been great if we could have had you longer for this conversation, but maybe next time. And moving on, in fact, I have Gursimran, our correspondent in Jammu, joining us. He has been bringing to you, friends, the fastest of updates on the Doda encounter and before that, the earlier ones. Gursimran, can you tell us, is the last of the sweep operation over, and what's the status in terms of the security agencies closing in on this terror module which targeted our brave soldiers yesterday in Doda?
Yeah, Abhishek, first to the operations that have been launched since yesterday after this attack. The operations are still underway. Since it is getting dark, the operations have been kept on the standby, and now it will be only the stops that will be put in place, and if there is a movement, that will be challenged. Tomorrow morning at around 6:30, if the weather goes well, the operations will resume once again. Now coming to the group that has carried out the attack, this is the same group that attacked the Indian Army camp along with the Jammu and Kashmir police that was established in the Chhatrgala, which is the entrance point of the Doda district from the Udhampur, and it was attacked on June 11th. Since then, there has been heightened activity by this group. This group has tried at least 3 times to carry out attack but failed. On last one was on the 9th of July when they targeted the Jammu and Kashmir police in the Lal Draman area, but it was retaliated effectively, and the terrorists managed to flee from the spot, taking the advantage of the darkness. Right now, there have been several changes that have been done, Abhishek, especially the reoccupying the ridges remains to be key challenge and the prime focus of the security agencies. Right now we are in the Doda, and I'll request Gaurav to keep showing you the ridge that you see on the other side. These ridges were in 90s, 95 to even to 2002 and 2003. They used to be occupied by the Indian Army. There used to be a regular RR deployment there. But what has happened that as the peace prevailed, these RRs were taken back and sent to the Kashmir Valley. That is making it really very challenging, as the terrorists have now understood the tactics and now using these hideouts, these ridges as one of their most secure points or forts.
Okay. Thank you so much. In fact, friends, if you can look at those pictures behind Gursimran, you get an idea of how difficult the terrain can be. And it is in that situation that Pakistan has evolved a strategy. Of course, India's counter-response is in the making, and Pakistan would soon hear as to what it means to taking on a new resurgent India. But let's do a recap of what has happened in Doda over the last 24 hours. And then I come back with Imran Dar on the other side. He's National Conference spokesperson.
In Doda, 4 Jawans lost their lives in the line of duty. Kashmir Tigers, a shadow front of Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed, has claimed responsibility for the attack. The group had earlier owned up to the attack on 2 army trucks in Kathua, which claimed the lives of 5 Jawans. The nation is paying salute to our Bravehearts. The Doda terror attack is a chilling reminder of the Kathua terror attack, which took lives of 5 Jawans, and the Riyasi terror attack, which killed 9 pilgrims. However, the politics on terror attacks in the valley continues.
नरेंद्र मोदी बड़ा बात कर रहे थे, बड़ी बात कर रहे थे, हम घर में घुस के मारे, क्या हो रहा है फिर ये? तो ये सरासर नाकामी है गवर्नमेंट की, टेररिज्म को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहे, और डोडा में जो हुआ है ये तो एलओसी से बहुत दूर है, तो इसलिए बहुत तशवीशनाक और डेंजरस बात है ये.
It's time that the government hits back at Pakistan where it hurts them the most.
All right, Imran Dar, spokesperson of the National Conference, joining us live. In fact, Mr. Dar, it seems Mehbooba Mufti was speaking for Omar Abdullah, or on behalf of Omar Abdullah, when she said that mainstream parties have been defeated. And Engineer Rashid, someone who speaks for plebiscite and self-determination, has won. In a way, is it not an admission of the mainstream political parties' failure that you can't convince people of your own bona fides?
I'm not going to speak on behalf of the PDP. As far as National Conference is concerned, we have won 2 parliamentary seats. We won the Srinagar parliamentary seat and we won the Anantnag parliamentary seat. And we got the highest number of vote share in the recently concluded. Around 11,46,000 votes were polled in favor of National Conference. So I don't think it's a correct assessment saying that National Conference, people have rejected National Conference. People have in fact made a clear and made a very bold statement that people of Jammu and Kashmir are with National Conference. Now vis-a-vis the current attacks that have been going on, happening in Jammu region, it is very disturbing, and we offer our heartfelt condolences with the bereaved families, and we pray to Almighty that the Almighty give them strength to bear this inconsolable loss. Having said that, it is the responsibility of the present government to at least take corrective measures to prevent these recurring attacks. This is not a one-off attack which has happened in the region. We have witnessed n number of attacks in the region, and I don't understand why government of India fails to acknowledge it. Around 56, almost 56 security personnel have fallen in the line of duty over the past 2 years. It's a huge number, and we are not seeing any head rolling. I mean, under normal circumstances, this should have been they should have been taken to task. I mean, whoever should have been responsible for the lapses in security.
Mr.
But it is not happening. Also, media which should have let me complete. Also, it is the responsibility of the media to ask questions to people who are in power. The BJP
Mr.
is in
Dar,
power,
that's why I'm asking
and
the
I don't
question.
see media asking enough questions to those
You deflected the question.
who are responsible for the security of the country.
No, you deflected the question. You see, security situation is an ever-evolving, game of reading the mind of the opponent, and it seems that the Pakistanis perhaps taking advantage of the fact that our attention was on the Ladakh side, have evolved their strategy and are focusing on Jammu. As I said, the security forces would obviously come back with double the force and make sure that this sinister design does not succeed. But my question, Mr. Dar, was that if Omar Abdullah lost in Baramulla, is it because of plebiscite sentiment, or is it because Mr. Abdullah or the NC or the PDP, they have lost credibility in the eyes of the people in the valley?
No, how can you say that? I mean, I just, in my initial brief that I said, I told you that National Conference got 11,46,000 votes. So saying this, that we have lost credibility, is a joke. We won 2 parliamentary seats. Even in Baramulla parliamentary seat, Umar Abdullah Saab polled 2,88,000 votes. So this is this argument that we have lost credibility is, I don't know from where you got this. As far as what Mehbooba ji has said, I think it is better that Mehbooba ji explains what she meant, but we have made it.
Do you say openly that you do not agree with Mehbooba Mufti on the plebiscite issue that she has raised? That this is the Baramulla mandate is not for plebiscite.
No, it is not about agreeing or disagreeing. It is not about who am I to agree with her or disagree with her. It is her opinion. I am here as the spokesperson of my political party. I am here as a spokesperson of National Conference. I am not speaking on behalf of the PDP. So it is for them to answer what they mean. What if you ask this question to National Conference, I will tell you. We have n number of times we have made this comment to media vis-a-vis the Baramulla loss. You are all witness. Your people have covered the Baramulla election, and we have seen what kind of language and what kind of slogans were used by Engineer Rashid in that election.
Okay.
This is something, there is nothing hidden about it. Just go and check it. I mean, if it would have been a normal person would have said it, there would have been n number of charges framed against her. It is not about that election. The point is, why is the security situation getting worse day by day? Why aren't you asking the relevant question?
I don't think it's getting worse day by day. You would admit that it's absolutely okay doing well in the valley. It's only because of an evolving chessboard move by Pakistan, which of course would be checkmated by Indian security forces, that this is happening, Mr. Dar. You know what's happening on the ground. We know what's happening on the ground. And as I said, our forces would come back with double the force to make sure that these sinister designs of Pakistan do not succeed. At least there is an admission all across, including by you, perhaps, Mr. Dar, that this is a game Pakistan is playing and it would have a bloody nose soon. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation. We are not going to let go of this and make sure that whatever is happening in Jammu, the accountability is fixed on both the sides of Pir Panjal and of course across the border as well. Thank you so much. And moving on, ladies and gentlemen, interesting game playing out in Telangana. Remember what's been the Congress party pitch over the last election, that BJP is a washing machine. If leaders from other parties come in, they get cleaned. Even if there are ED charges, they are done away with. What's happening in Telangana? 10 BRS legislators, either MLAs or MLCs, have joined the Congress party. One of them who joined yesterday happened to have ED raids on him about a month back. And now the Congress party has taken him. We also have Telangana's Deputy Chief Minister suggesting that very soon there might not be a leader of opposition in Telangana. Is the Congress party, as a matter of envy, trying to copy the BJP, which it alleges of targeting the opposition? That's our conversation. Let's look at those developments that have taken place in Telangana between the BRS and the Congress party. Then I come with our reporter on the ground, Aneri.
The back-to-back exits of two more BRS leaders to the ruling Congress has further weakened the former ruling party in Telangana. Amid the desertions in the BRS ranks, the Congress has taken a swipe at the party, claiming that it could soon merge with the BJP. The Congress has further claimed that the BRS could secure the release of K. Kavitha once it merges with the BJP. K. Kavitha is currently lodged in the Tihar jail in connection with the Delhi liquor policy case. However, BRS leader K.T. Rama Rao dismissed the Congress's claim that a merger with the BJP may be in the offering. Debunking the claim on K. Kavitha, KTR said the case was already in court.
Know one thing, if all 2/3 MLAs go in one go, that's a merger. एक बार एक महीने के बाद 2 महीने के बाद कोई जाता है, that won't be called a merger. That's basic common sense. क्योंकि हमने एक पिटिशन ऑलरेडी फाइल किया हुआ है मार्च 18 को विद द स्पीकर. हम लड़ रहे हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में और हाई कोर्ट में कविता जी के लिए. उनका गिरफ्तारी को आज एग्जैक्टली 120 डेज से ज़्यादा हो गया, तो हम तो लड़ रहे हैं.
However, the Congress insists that a BJP-BRS merger is a definite possibility as the previous ruling party has lost significant political ground in Telangana.
To save the party, KCR has sent his son and son-in-law to center to talk to the BJP leadership that they're ready to merge or have an alliance with the BJP. KCR has seen that unless the BJP Modi ji support, his daughter cannot come out of that case, which is she is fully involved in that scam.
The BJP, however, has squashed all rumors of a merger with the BRS, accusing the Congress of making such baseless claims to save its skin.
See, this is false, and this is the baseless allegation where the Congress party, in order to cover up their failures, because they have come into power for promising the people that they will be implementing around 6 guarantees in that. So if you see from past 7 months, more and more people, the Congress party wanted, the BRS MLAs to come to the party for the rescue, because there is lot of internal issues within the Congress party. The Khammam batch as well as the Nalgonda batch, the MLAs and ministers are focusing only on the Chief Minister's chair, not on the development on that. So Revanth Reddy wants to save his skin.
As the political war of words over the BRS exit speaks, it is to be seen if the party can revive itself in the state it ruled not too long ago.
All right, Aneri joins us live from Hyderabad. Aneri, what's really happening between BRS and the Congress party? Is the Congress party going to scavenge on BRS and at least so far as their legislature party is concerned, sort of finish them off? That seems to be the intention with the number of BRS legislators who have crossed over to the Congress. What's happening on the ground there?
Well, that's right, Abhishek. What we have been seeing is that the BRS, which had won only 39 seats in the assembly election 6 months ago in December 2023, now almost 10 of its MLAs have joined into the Congress now, leaving BRS to 29, the number. And also at the same time now there is a new rumor, new talk which is doing rounds where it says that the BRS and BJP would soon be merged or there could be an alliance, because remember today early in the day when we happened to speak to Asaduddin Owaisi, even he's questioned whether first they should come up with a clarity that will the BRS and BJP be merged or will there be any sort of alliance, because remember BRS has 4 MP seats in Rajya Sabha whereas the BJP is falling short of some sort of number. So we'll have to see, will this merger be really taking place or not, or just Congress is making such allegations as the BJP says that all these are only mere allegations because there are no such talks which are happening, whereas we have been seeing that the Congress party says that to save and to protect their party, the BRS would soon be merging with the BJP. So we'll have to wait and watch how it turns out to be.
Okay, thank you so much, Aneri, with those details. And with this, we come to an end of this conversation of This Is Exclusive Tuesday edition, and a short break. Live in Breaking is back on the other side.
terror threat in Jammu. 4 Bravehearts lost in the line of duty. Is the valley safe for elections? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Amity University, Dubai has been awarded as the best university campus in the Middle East by Forbes magazine and recognized as the best university for job placements. Jumpstart your global career in Dubai with Amity, with faculty and students from over 50 nationalities. Visit amity.edu/Dubai.
Hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
What are you doing?
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle, and the police are like, huh, what, you know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him, you know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this, and next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
Take a look at what happened. What happened?
I would have expected that local law enforcement, at the direction of the Secret Service, would have been positioned on those rooftops. You allocate 1 to more likely 2 to 3 officers to take positions along that rooftop or that roof line. But
4 army soldiers, including an officer, martyred in line of duty in Doda. Manhunt on to nab the terrorists.
जो इस वक्त के डीजी हैं, he is more busy with fixing things politically. We don't need a fixer here. We need a DG.
After J&K DGP's political parties are soft on terror charge, Mehbooba blames the top cop for terror attacks. Rajasthan court acquits all the 6 accused involved in the Sartan se Juda case. Maulana Taqi Raza faces protests after he stoked controversy with his mass conversion claim. Ahead of the budget session, the government calls for an all-party meeting on July 21st. Nirmala Sitharaman, the finance minister, participates in the halwa ceremony ahead of the budget presentation, with all the budget-making process nearing completion. All right, let's begin this bulletin with a breaking news development coming in. And on a good note, it seems, the IMF, International Monetary Fund, has upgraded India's growth forecast for 2024 from 6.5% to 7%. Geeta Gopinath, the Indian origin first deputy managing director of the IMF, has tweeted, and I quote, "Growth in India and China will account for almost half of global growth in 2024. Growth in major advanced economies is more aligned. The euro area growth picks up as the US shows signs of cooling after a strong year." Now, if you look at these numbers, what it hides is that even if the euro area economies are doing strong, they are only at 4.4 or 4.3%, while India is going to be growing at 7% clip. And compare that, for example, with China, which is going to grow at about 5%. All right, let's go to another breaking news development, and which is now coming in from Bareilly, where Congress ally Maulana Taqi Raza, who has ignited a storm with his declaration that he's going to convert Hindu youth to Islam on July 21, he has been confronted by Republic TV. He remained defiant. Let's listen in.
मैंने ये कहीं नहीं, क्लियर बयान है मेरा, उसको आपने समझा नहीं है। मैंने ये कहीं नहीं किया कि कहीं नहीं कहा है अपने बयान में कि उनका धर्म परिवर्तन किया जाएगा, सामूहिक निकाह किया जाएगा। मैंने उसके लिए परमिशन मांगी है, सामूहिक निकाह किया जाएगा। धर्म परिवर्तन वो अपना पहले कर चुके हैं, उसको बाज़ाब्ता उसका ऐलान होना बाकी है, क्योंकि वो भी अपने घर वालों से डरे हुए हैं, लड़की वाले भी और लड़के वाले भी। तो ये जो रिलेशनशिप में रह रहे हैं, ये कतई ना हिंदू समाज में इसकी मान्यता है, ना मुसलमानों में मान्यता है। ये इसे हमारे यहाँ हराम समझा जाता है। तो इसको लीगलाइज करने के लिए मैंने सामूहिक निकाह का प्रोग्राम बनाया है। मैंने ये कहीं नहीं कहा है कि मैं धर्म परिवर्तन करूंगा। धर्म परिवर्तन की मैंने अपने यहाँ पाबंदी लगाई हुई है। 2 साल हो गए मैंने किसी का धर्म परिवर्तन नहीं होने दिया है। इसके बरक्स दूसरे समाज के लोग मुसलसल धर्म परिवर्तन करा रहे हैं, लव ट्रैप में हमारी बच्चियों को फंसा रहे हैं, लेकिन हमने कोई एतराज नहीं किया, क्योंकि हमारा मानना यह है कि जो कमजोर ईमान के लोग हैं वो हमें छोड़कर चले जाए, ये हमारे लिए ज्यादा बेहतर है। तो जो लोग मेरे इस बयान के खिलाफ हैं और जो तकलीफ का इजहार कर रहे हैं, वो खुद ये बेईमानी करते रहे हैं, धर्म परिवर्तन कराते रहे हैं।
Right, in an encounter in Doda last evening, 4 army soldiers, including an officer, in fact, of major rank, lost their lives in the line of duty when they were on a patrol duty in the forest looking for a terror module. Some terrorists have been active in the region. It seems there is a change of strategy on the part of the Pakistani deep state, and let's try to understand what's happening on the ground with Gursimran Singh joining us live from Jammu. Gursimran, what's it like? This seems like 6th or 7th episode of a terror attack, an ambush of Indian Army personnel and patrols in the Jammu region south of Pir Panjal, which was not happening till, say, last year. Is there a change of tactic by Pakistan in infiltrating these terrorists on this side, taking benefit of the fact that the security grid has been traditionally more focused on Kashmir Valley, or what's there happening on the ground?
You have absolutely rightly mentioned, Abhishek, that this is the change in the strategy of Pakistan. Now, what they are doing is they are using the peacetime that the security forces had in the Jammu region to now have an upper edge. Because what has happened that since 2000, from the start of the terrorism to 2002 and 2003, till the time when we have seen Operation Sarvinash and Hilkaka taking place in the upper reaches of the Jammu region's Poonch district and the Rajouri district. Since then, all the districts have been declared the terror-free, majority of the district, and there was no local militant except in the Kishtwar district where 4 terrorists were active, and all the other districts they were in the peace mode, and that's why the troops from the upper reaches, they were removed and they were sent to the Kashmir Valley, they were sent to the locations of the South Kashmir that were heavily happening locations. And now what Pakistan has done, that for the last 3 years they started building up, they started pushing terrorists into the Indian territory. What used to happen, that there used to be series of, if we speak of a year's time, there used to be at least 2 Fidain attacks in the Jammu region, that terrorists are coming, infiltrating into Indian territory and then carrying out Fidain attack. But that all of a sudden stopped. What the Pakistan did, that they said that they don't want to waste the terrorists. The terrorists are now adopting the hit and run approach. What they are doing, they are carrying out the ambush attacks, and then they are mingling into the population or going into the deep forest. That gives them an automatic cover, and this has been new modus operandi. Now as we speak, the operations in the Doda, though the operation has not been called off, but it has been put on to halt since it is dark in the evening, and the operations are to be carried out in the areas that have been completely covered with the dense foliage. So operations have been halted and stops have been put in place on all the exits, and with the first light the operations will resume. Abhishek.
Right, Gursimran, thank you so much for joining us with those details. In fact, one of the fallen soldiers, an officer in fact, Captain Brajesh Thapa, who lost his life in that terror attack in Doda yesterday, Republic spoke to his father, retired Colonel Bhuvanesh Thapa. Listen into what he had to say when he spoke to Rakshita earlier in the day.
Condolences for this loss, for your loss, of course, but we are proud of Captain Brajesh Thapa. You've served in the army, and you know the challenges that Captain Thapa went through. This was a very difficult operation given the kind of terrain he was working on and the kind of conditions were there. What do you have to say, sir, on this?
My son had been there. He is the company commander of that area, so he was the most difficult area, I suppose, because that is what he used to tell me. And there are no roads. While the other posts have roads, his company did not have any roads. Everything had to be done on man-pack basis and by foot only. So, and it involved climbing hills and for almost 6 to 7 hours. So this was a tough, and only the toughest people were probably chosen for operating in this area. That is how, and he has, I'm proud that he has fulfilled the task, what was given to him. And then, though I'm very sad that I lost him, but proud that he's done something for our nation.
Yes, Colonel Thapa, and when was the last time you spoke to Brajesh? Before that, when did you speak to Captain Brajesh Thapa?
My son gave me a call on Sunday at 9:30 in the morning, and he told me that he had come down, and then since there was some change in the situation, so he was asked to again go up, and then he was getting ready. And then he was telling me that he would be starting at 11 o'clock in the day, during the day. And I spoke to him from 9:30 to 10 o'clock for almost half an hour. And I also gave him some tips to be careful and be alert and all those basics of the operation at an individual level. I told him to be safe. And these were the last words that I spoke to him on Sunday.
Right, the nation shares that pain of Colonel Bhuvnesh Thapa. On that note, we move on and get you some more stories from across the country in a Bharat in 2 minutes wrap. The Indian Army has conducted aerial search operations in the dense forests of Doda as the hunt for terrorists in the region is on. Earlier today, 4 army jawans and 1 major died in line of duty during an encounter with terrorists in Doda of Jammu. Days after the murder of Bahujan Samaj Party's Tamil Nadu chief K. Armstrong in Chennai, Naam Tamilar Kachi Party's Madurai North District Deputy Secretary Balasubramanian was hacked to death earlier this morning. Following the incident, security has been heightened at the site. The Supreme Court Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud today constituted a new bench to hear the bail plea of former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Sisodia, who is currently under the judicial custody, the liquor gate scam, has filed a bail plea at the Apex Court in the ED and the CBI cases. The Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami participated in a plantation drive on the occasion of folk festival. Uttarakhand Dhami said that around 50 lakh saplings will be planted today. He also requested everyone to plant some saplings in the name of soldiers who lost their lives in the line of duty.
हरेला पर्व हमारा प्रकृति के संवर्धन का, प्रकृति के संरक्षण का और प्रकृति के पूजन का एक महापर्व है और इस पर्व पर हमने तय किया है 1 करोड़ से अधिक सभी विभाग हमारे पेड़ और वृक्षों को रोपित करेंगे, पौधों को रोपित करेंगे और आज के दिन, आज पर्व के दिन 50 लाख पौधे पूरे प्रदेश के अंदर आज रोपित किए जाएंगे.
Ahead of the Cauvery Yatra, which is scheduled to take place later in this month, coordination meeting was held by the Noida police. Traditional routes have been identified and cleanliness and facilities will be ensured on the same. A comprehensive plan was prepared, trashed out in coordination with Delhi and Ghaziabad police. Right, tensions are mounting between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka with an all-party meeting in Chennai resolving to condemn the Congress-led Karnataka government on the manner in which it has gone about in sharing the Cauvery river waters against the amount stipulated by the Supreme Court. It's essentially DMK versus Congress panning out. Take a look.
The ongoing water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu has intensified. Tensions have escalated between the two states governed by parties in the Indie bloc. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin has intensified pressure on Karnataka. This follows the Congress-led Karnataka government's decision to release a reduced amount of water to Tamil Nadu. The distribution of Cauvery river water remains a contentious issue between the two states. With Karnataka failing to comply with the Central Water Commission's orders, Stalin has called it a betrayal of Tamil Nadu's farmers. According to directives, Tamil Nadu insists Karnataka must release 1 TMC of water, but the latter is alleged to be released only 8,000 cusecs. Stalin convened an all-party meeting to determine the next steps. The Tamil Nadu CM plans to move the Supreme Court for resolution. The Karnataka Congress government contends that water release depends on incoming flow.
Tamil Nadu, they have every right to meet as we meet. We don't object their meeting. It is their duty. I don't want to comment on that. But at the same time, from yesterday, I am getting good inflow, more than 50,000 inflow in Cauvery region. And whatever is there, we are allowing to go out of Harangi. I think more than 20,000 was going out of Harangi and other places. If God permits us, all our problem will be sorted out. But one thing I would like to appeal to Tamil Nadu, see, for your interest and for our interest, more than our interest is your interest.
We will definitely release water if we have enough water to release, right? Today we don't have enough water for our farmers, for our basic needs. So still, looking at the demand, looking at the direction of the Cauvery Water Tribunal, we are releasing, honoring the direction, we are releasing 8,000 cusecs of water. Tamil Nadu should understand that pulling each other's leg won't solve this problem. It is a problem created by nature. It is not a problem created by the Karnataka government.
Meanwhile, BJP claims Congress and DMK are colluding.
It's an issue of the people. The ruling party and the opposition party, they know water is a very important thing. So obviously, if it's helping the people of the state, they'll get together, or they'll, agree with the decision taken to protect the interests of the farmers of that state.
See, Karnataka during last monsoon season also, Karnataka has abided whatever tribunal has ordered. In fact, our government has released more water than what they had expected. But the issue is when our farmers are in distress. Monsoon has just begun, and in the last week, all-party meeting, Bharatiya Janata Party has clearly informed Chief Minister.
As of Monday, Karnataka's 4 main dams stored 75.586 TMC feet, while Tamil Nadu's reservoir held only 13.808 TMC feet. With the Cauvery waters at the center of a fresh political showdown, the nation watches closely as Karnataka and Tamil Nadu navigate this critical water sharing challenge.
Constant terror threat in Jammu. 4 Bravehearts lost in the line of duty. Is the valley safe for elections? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
That said, take a look at what happened.
Sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays. So they're gonna see someone like that, and they're gonna target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
Pistacho presents cracking news of the hour.
Open call for religious conversions in Bareilly. Tauqir Raza to organize mass conversion. Why are politicians leading religious conversions? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Amity University, Dubai has been awarded as the best university campus in the Middle East by Forbes magazine and recognized as the best university for job placements. Jumpstart your global career in Dubai with Amity, with faculty and students from over 50 nationalities. Visit amity.edu/Dubai.
Hotel Management with AI. Join International Institute of Hotel Management.
Ruby's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
What are you doing?
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
Take a look at what happened.
Rajasthan court delivers shocking verdict. Sartan se juda clerics set free. No consequences for Sartan se juda brigade, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
That said, take a look at what happened.
sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays. So they're gonna see someone like that, and they're gonna target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
The FBI is leading this investigation, which is still in its early stages. We don't yet have any information about the motive of the shooter. We know who he is. I urge everyone, please, don't make assumptions about his motives or his affiliations. Let the FBI do their job and their partner agencies do their job. I'm instructed that this investigation be thorough and swift, and the investigators will have every resource they need to get this done.
Just a couple of days after the Honorable Supreme Court of India ruled that a Muslim woman in India is entitled to seek alimony from her husband after divorce, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has adopted a surprising and shocking resolution declaring the judgment as anti-Sharia. They did this during triple talaq. They did it again during CAA, and now they are at it once again. The utter disregard and disrespect for the law of the land by these self-styled champions of religious law is what I fail to understand. Where is that left-lib media that claims to be the guardian of equality when some people are saying Sharia above Constitution? Do they have the guts to take on the All India Muslim Personal Law Board?
Constant terror threat in Jammu. 4 brave hearts lost in the line of duty. Is the valley safe for elections? Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Open call for religious conversions in Bareilly. Tauqir Raza to organize mass conversion. Why are politicians leading religious conversions? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m. Rajasthan court delivers shocking verdict. Sartan se juda clerics set free. No consequences for Sartan se juda brigade. Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Constant terror threat in Jammu. 4 brave hearts lost in the line of duty. Is the valley safe for elections? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
This year's Republic Youth Summit 2024 is titled From Vision to Victory.
ऐसा नहीं होता कि ये नहीं हो पाएगा। आज लोग जल्दी छोड़ देते हैं चीज़ों, छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए, बेहिया की तरह पकड़े रहना चाहिए, देखा जाएगा जो।
जिंदगी हमें बेस्ट और बेटर की चॉइस नहीं देती, वर्स्ट और लेस वर्स्ट की देती है।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic. From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The nation bid farewell to 4 Jawans today who were martyred fighting the Pakistan-sponsored terrorists in Doda in Jammu. For the record, this was the 7th terror attack in a span of 40 days. And 48 of our personnel have lost their lives in a span of 32 months. And most of these attacks have happened in the largely Hindu majority Jammu region. Has Jammu been ignored? The region which is home to several Kashmiri Pandits and Hindu refugee families who migrated from Pakistan in 1947. Are we going soft on terror? What with our focus to show peace, color, culture in Kashmir? And we must ask the center, the BJP government at the center. They have attracted votes with the promise of ghar mein ghuskar marenge. So when is that going to happen? The ghar mein ghuskar marenge retort, promise, or was that just a pre-election promise? Of course, Pakistan is responsible. But there is also an election coming, we are told, in Jammu and Kashmir. And so we must ask, in the process of becoming election ready, have we diluted the crackdown on terrorism? This is the Jammu and Kashmir of post-370 abrogation, yet the Hurriyat has been let off. The Gupkar gang is back out. These politicians from the Gupkar gang who have been in cahoots with Pakistan still walk free without consequences for their pro-Pakistan provocative statements. And amidst all of this, we must ask, are we deploying less forces? Have we become so comfortable with the idea of peace in Kashmir that we think that the Agniveer scheme will secure our borders? Have we recruited enough people in our primary forces? Remember, viewers, we have reduced recruitment into the army during COVID. In the process, have we been able to come back from the situation where we were? I want to just start by making a very broad thought, which I want to present before you. I really liked the Narendra Modi government's approach after Amit Shah abrogated 35A and 370. This was a strong government, decisive government. But Ajit Doval went to the Kashmir Valley and implemented things on the ground, and we did not care about the political consequences of what we were doing. Problem is, viewers, the moment you start diluting it, then people like Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, who are pro-Pakistan, benefit. Then we allow people like Rashid Engineer, who are financing terrorism in Kashmir, to fight an election and become a member of parliament. We become so tolerant that we allow him to be sworn in, we just watch, and we think things will change this way. Things will not change this way, viewers. This is what the Modi government needs to realize. Things will only work if you have a total and stronger presence of the army. You have direct central rule. This whole thing about elections in Jammu and Kashmir is not necessary. We are not beholden for it. Elections should happen when we have a grip on the situation. This is no way of calling for an election. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number 1 tonight. We've had so many of our soldiers dying in Kashmir that I wonder if the government is still struggling to realize what's happening there. And my view is that the Narendra Modi government needs to go back to what it was expected to be. Forget if the BJP got less seats. Do the job that you need to do while sitting in government. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, this Congress-supported politician Maulana Tauqeer Raza is rationalizing conversions. Says he will have a mass marriage in which Hindu women will be married and converted into Islam. Why are the India Alliance leaders quiet about it? And at 9 o'clock tonight, a subject others don't pick up. Pseudo channels won't pick up. But Nupur Sharma, former BJP spokesperson, still lives under threat. She does not have anything close to a normal life. But the man, the person who called for Sar Tan Se Juda, has been acquitted today. Are you comfortable with that? Are you really? Here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on The Debate Tonight. Four more Jawans martyred in the line of duty in Jammu's Doda. This is the 6th consecutive Pakistani-sponsored attack since the Narendra Modi government was sworn in. The encounter is still underway as we speak. In 2016, we retaliated with a surgical strike. In 2019, we responded with a Balakot strike. But what about this time? Where is the response of the government? Have we, in the process of trying to have elections in J&K, started becoming soft on terrorism? Maulana Tauqeer Raza rationalizes conversion to Islam, mass conversion. He has given a conversion call where he has said that he will publicly convert several Hindu women into Islam and conduct their nikah with their Muslim husbands. As part of his plan, as part of his agenda, Tauqeer Raza, who has got Congress support in the past, has vowed to carry out the conversion of Hindu women on the 21st of July. This rationalization of mass conversion of Hindu women has not got a single response from the Congress party, which has been supporting him, or from the Samajwadi party. And while Nupur Sharma of the BJP, who was expelled from the BJP for her remarks that she made, still continues to live under threat, this man, Gauhar Chishti, and 6 other accused who raised the provocative Sar Tan Se Juda beheading hate slogans have been acquitted by a local court in Ajmer. Viewers, have we forgotten the case of Kanhaiya Lal, who was murdered and whose beheading was captured online after the Sar Tan Se Juda slogan was raised? And the countdown to the budget session has begun, ladies and gentlemen. The Modi 3.0 government will be presenting their budget on the 23rd of July. Every Indian will be anxiously anticipating potential changes to the capital gains tax regime. And your channel, Republic TV, will be giving you the fastest updates with the best voices on that day. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 more families today have lost their sons. 4 more Jawans have been martyred in the line of duty in the process of saving our borders from the coward Pakistan. These are consecutive terrorist attacks, viewers. There are repeated terrorist attacks. There are many lives of our soldiers lost since the Narendra Modi government was re-elected. This is a clear and direct challenge from Pakistan. We can't waste time discussing whether this is happening at Chinese instigation or without. The bottom line is, this government said that we will do ghar mein ghuskar marenge. Simple question. What exactly is holding the Modi government back from fulfilling the promise it made to the people of the country before the elections? Let's debate.
Four Jawans martyred in Doda. There's blood on Pakistan's hands.
Four Bravehearts of the Indian Army attained martyrdom during the operation in the Desa area of the Doda district. Manhunt has been launched. These terrorists are Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists from the Pakistan and have been active in the area for long. They have been behind multiple terror attacks, at least 3 attempts that have been foiled by the security forces in last 35 days in the Doda district to target the security forces.
Families of our Bravehearts will never be the same.
मेरे बेटा को गुम ही कर दिया अभी तो आएगा भी नहीं कभी वो वापस.
About 10:30 in the evening yesterday. Then only I came to know. He told me, he broke the news to me that this is no more. I could not believe.
These details on your screens reflect only 4 of the 7 terrorist attacks in Jammu and Kashmir in a span of just 40 days. This incident marks the 48th such loss of army personnel in the region over past 32 months. And the attacks comes just months ahead of elections in the Union Territory.
The full truth is, Pakistan successfully came to infiltrate all important aspects of our civil society. Thanks to the regional so-called mainstream politics in the valley, there is overwhelming evidence to show that many had honed the art of running with the hare and hunting with the hound to a near science that left both the common men and the security men bewildered, frightened and confused.
But the protectors of terror backers continue to politicize the martyrdom of our jawans.
जो इस वक्त के DG हैं, he is more, busy with fixing things politically. उनका जॉब है PDP के लोग कैसे तोड़े जाए, लोगों को कैसे हरास किया जाए, उनको कैसे धमकाया जाए.
चुनाव जो करीब आ रहे हैं जम्मू कश्मीर के, तो देखने में आया कि इस तरह की घटनाएं हुई हैं और पड़ोसी जो मुल्क है वहाँ से जो आयातित विचार भी है और व्यक्ति भी हैं, वो इस प्रकार की घटनाओं को अंजाम देते हैं. हमें वहाँ के प्रशासन पर संपूर्ण यकीन है.
The Modi government has campaigned long and hard its घर में घुस के मारेंगे approach.
अभी पुलवामा हमला हुआ तो भारत के वीरों ने जो काम किया, ऐसा काम दशकों तक कभी नहीं हुआ है. हमारे वीरों ने आतंकियों को उनके घर में घुस करके मारा है.
In 2016, India retaliated with surgical strikes. In 2019, India responded with Balakot. Now Jammu, and with it, India is suffering. So what are we waiting for?
From the National Conference, their spokesperson Muzaffar, from the PDP State Vice President of the Youth Wing, Aditya Gupta, Amit Raina, Kashmiri activist, Abhishek Sudhir, analyst, General Bishambar Dayal, and General G.D. Bakshi. General Bakshi, what is holding us back? We seem to have become spectators. There are repeated attacks. July 16th, July 8th, Kathua, Doda, Kulgam, Baramulla, Poonch, Kathua again, Doda again, Bhadarwa, Riasi. If I count, then since Modi 3.0 took over, there have been 10 major attacks, 7 directly targeting the armed forces, 11 personnel have been killed, 16 have been injured. And we've done pretty much nothing so far overtly. General Bakshi, why?
Arnab, firstly, it breaks my heart to see those boys, to see those families. I've served in Doda, Kishtwar. I've served in Rajouri and Punch. I was the GOC Romeo force when we broke the back of terror. Arnab, I then had 18 units under my command. I was given the wherewithal to go for them. We broke their back. Things sort of came back to normal, and then the army felt that this area was dormant. We started withdrawing the troops from there. Then in 2020, the Chinese came up in Ladakh, and uniform force, the entire force was taken out and sent up. Thereafter, Arnab, 3 years when the COVID was on, there was no recruitment to the army. Every year, 60,000 boys went home. 60 into 3, Arnab, is 1,80,000 troops reduced, sent home. And the fact is, in the Doda area, where this ghastly, killing has taken place of our boys, the martyrdom of our boys, there used to be 2 sectors there. There is only one.
Approach.
The entire grid has been dislocated south of the Pir Panjals. So now, if you want to sort of reduce your manpower in the hope that you will get weapons, I'm afraid even technology won't help you very much.
True.
We've seen the trailer
True.
with the Russians and Ukrainians.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is we had to hit across. We are still waiting. What is holding this government back? I can't understand. Why don't you free the hands of this army? Why does it have to look over its shoulder to fire across the line of control? Why have we got a ceasefire in place on the line of control? 4 years. Why is there a ceasefire? It's facilitating the infiltration, damn it.
I think we're losing
then
ground.
You want to fight defensively?
I think, General Bakshi, we are losing ground. I think we are making a huge mistake.
Arnab,
my blood boils when I see what Mehbooba Mufti says. She dares. She has the temerity to say that the election in North Kashmir is a plebiscite. That's the word she uses. She's nothing but a trumpeter and cheerleader of Pakistan. We all know that. People like her should be put in her place. We don't want a situation where Mehbooba Mufti will have a slice at power. They're upset at the changes made to the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, which will reduce the powers of any future elected government. And you know what I think, Aditya? I believe there may not be any election in Jammu and Kashmir. It's not ready for an election. Let's go back to the exact post-370 position. Go back to that. Bring the peace. Bring the tourists in. The moment you allow people like Mehbooba Mufti half a chance or national conference, they will take us back 10 years, I'm telling you. Abhishek, Sudhir, they will. These parties, the moment there are terrorist attacks, they start saying, oh, wow, let's support the Pakistanis a little. Let's start saying situation in Kashmir is not normalized. You push the army out to silence the terrorists, they'll say human rights, human rights. We shouldn't give a damn for their approach. Aditya, I was shocked at what she was saying today. She sounds like a secessionist. She's anyway pro-secessionist, but the way she was talking today.
No. You should. I'll just repeat it.
What did she mean by saying the election in North Kashmir is like a plebiscite?
Exactly. Now let me explain it to you. You want an explanation? I'll give you the explanation.
Well, my view is that people like Rashid Engineer should never have been allowed to fight an election. Please do explain.
This is. If you remember, we had a conversation on this live on your program, and I said, see, it is that the government of India has been again and again saying that the separatist mindset has been defeated. The very fact that Engineer Rashid winning it against Umar Abdullah said that mindset is still there. And this is right now, the problem is not in North Kashmir. The problem right now is in Jammu. Jammu is the area you on your own just said it's an area where there's no ecosystem that supports that kind of militancy. The problem is that the government has to look into there some kind of problem.
Stop calling it militancy. That is exactly the problem. ये cover fire करना militants के लिए, the so-called militants, they are not militants. They are jihadis. And that's the first and foremost mistake this government has been doing.
Okay. But can I also hear, Aditya, thank you. Don't do the audio, overdo the audio control, please. Thank you. Yeah.
See, my whole point is...
Can I hear Aditya? I can't hear him in the studio. PCR.
I am sick. Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
Yes. So what I am saying is that the problem right now is in Jammu. I have been saying on 9th of June, 10 civilians died. After that, our soldiers have been martyred in Jammu. It has been continuously happening. It has been coming live. Even in Akhnur, they are searching for these kind of terrorists or jihadis, whatever you want to call them. They are there. The government has to look into the policy. General Bakshi is absolutely right.
If that is the case, 1 minute. Let me get Bishambar Dayale. You are right. The problem is in Jammu. But then your leader is lying through her teeth. Sir. Your leader says the problem is homegrown. General Bishambar Dayal, has Mehbooba Mufti ever spoken one word on Pakistan? No, she loves Pakistan. She wants us to engage with Pakistan. She wants us to engage with the Pakistani Hurriyat. And then she asks, Aditya Gupta says, the problem in Jammu is not homegrown. It's not. It's
Who says it?
So it's a Pakistani import. But does your leader say a word about Pakistan? No. Your leader wants the Indian army to pull back. Admit it, Aditya. Your leader wants to handcuff the Indian army.
Where did she say? Where did
Shame.
she say that? Don't sense like
That's what your leader wants to do.
Oh, it was Modi who hogged Nawaz Sharif. It was Modi who got ISI in Pathankot. So please don't say that. See, you cannot...
Audio not clear. Bishambar Dayal.
Audio has to be not clear because it was Mr. Advani who spoke with all the Hurriyat. See, we have been, everyone in the country has been trying to make sure that we get a solution to this problem. That includes you, that includes all of us.
Arnab, can I on the debate, yeah. On a stand of allowing Pakistani currency in Jammu and Kashmir, has PDP gone back on saying that there should be free movement between Pakistan and Jammu and Kashmir? You will have double standards.
No. See, talking to Pakistan will come only if we start talking to people in Jammu and Kashmir first.
So are you saying
you have to talk to people in Jammu and Kashmir first.
They are opposing. It is no more than policy of allowing
build up in areas such as
Jammu and Kashmir.
I don't think. Intelligence. I don't think. I think we have. I think we'll compromise. Muzaffarji, I'll tell you. My view is, Abhishek and Muzaffar, we will compromise the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir by becoming desperate about an election. Forget the election. Get a grip on the situation. That is my view, Muzaffar. Muzaffar.
Arnab,
can I speak? I mean, whom do you want to speak?
I just want to say that it is the prerogative of the Home Ministry now to hold election or not to hold elections. But on one hand, they're saying that after abrogation of Article 370, we have eradicated not only the ideology, but we have... Am I audible?
Yes, you are. This is not an ideology issue, sir. This is a Pakistan. Why can't you name Pakistan? Today, what ideology?
Pakistan. We have named it time and again. Umpteen numbers we have said that Pakistan is responsible for all this. But by throwing ball into the court of the Pakistan, we are not going to solve this problem.
No, but whose ball do you want us to throw it in?
Who's throwing it?
It is everybody in the administration. They're saying that simply branding these terrorists or these people who have attacked and martyred our Jawans, that they came from Pakistan, will it solve the problem?
Have they come from Pakistan or not?
No, did they come from Pakistan or not?
Did they come from Pakistan or not? First you address the main issue.
Let me speak. They have come from Pakistan. Who says they have not come? They are sponsored by Pakistan.
Then what is your
Nobody
point?
is saying that they are... But what are you doing?
What is your point?
The problem is that what we are doing to stop them. We have been in direct control from the central government by the Home Ministry for last 5 years. We have been in direct control by the BJP because 2014, the BJP was...
So how would you stop them? Who would stop them? You want Rahul Gandhi as Prime Minister? A terror sympathizer like Rahul Gandhi? Someone who sheds tears for Afzal Guru? You want him as Prime Minister? You want the people who supported those in Bangladesh as Prime Minister?
Do you want to shift the honors that who is running the government? Who is running the government?
Rahul Gandhi.
Who is running the government? It is for the government to stop it. You have to take. There is Rahul Gandhi. He is not in power. Where from have you dropped him?
What do you call
Where from you have? What are you saying? No, it is the yes, it is the job of
Muzaffar ji, I'll get Bishambar there.
It is not.
We are critical of the government.
It is the job of the Rahul Gandhi.
Muzaffar ji, you can't. Muzaffar ji, one minute. Muzaffar ji, you can't run. I got to get General Dayal in 1 minute. Abhishek.
So General Bakshi said, what is holding Prime Minister Modi back? I just want to say, look at the opposition. Look how they're politicizing Agniveer. Look at how they demoralize people from Jammu.
What you are saying?
They're spreading falsehoods on the floor of Parliament that compensation is not being paid. You know, when you people were in power, when the Congress was in power,
running the country for last 10 years now.
I like.
We are terror attacks in every major city of this country.
It is your responsibility. The responsibility lies on your shoulders.
Major Indian city. And why is it happening in Jammu and Kashmir? Because of the support of the PDP and National Conference and parties like this.
May I come in for a minute? 1 minute. Abhishek, let me deal with the situation with a little more detail. And General Dayal, I want to bring him in. There are two things I want to just say before I bring General Dayal. I am very worried that this government will dilute or remove Armed Forces Special Powers Act in Kashmir. I was very worried when Amit Shah promised to reconsider AFSPA in the run-up to the general election. This is what PDP wants. This is what National Conference wants. This is what the army does not want. You cannot make the army a bali ka bakra by putting them in Jammu and Kashmir and taking away their powers. This is bad for the army and we should not do that. You want to comment, General Dayal? Yeah.
Arnab, this is what ISI wants. This is what Pakistan wants. Please look at it. We are all confused. See, you ask anybody, he will say it's highest terrorism is going on, insurgencies of third degree, everything. Hybrid war, you big words people use. If we are well aware, it's a Pak-sponsored war on India. We are well aware, it's a Pak-sponsored, very supported Chinese war against India in J&K. If that be so, what is our aim? Who is the leader? Who is leading it? What is our mission? We have to be very clear. If the mission is to eradicate complete terrorism from J&K and teach Pakistan a lesson, then who is the mission leader? Who is leading the operation? Is the Home Minister? Is the NSA? Is the Deputy NSA or additional NSAs who have no clue about J&K? Is the Lieutenant Governor? Is the Chief of the Police of J&K? Please, let's be clear. It is an army situation. An army must be visible. Unfortunately, even after January conference by the Home Minister in Delhi, army has not been visible in the way me and Jan Bakshi would like to be visible in J&K. We knew it is coming. We knew the day Chinese, we knew the day Galwan happened, we knew the day we moved our forces to Eastern Ladakh that this will happen. He will bring everything down off Pir Panjal to draw our forces back to this place. And we have let it happen. Very unfortunate. If it has let it happen, please take stock. Let Northern Army Commander be given one-term mission. And let not people interfere. Let not anybody interfere. Allot him the resources. Allocate him the resources. Let him come out with his plan. Let him brief the chief. Let the chief brief the entire country. That is the way. And if it requires, let's go across the border. Let's go to their bases. Let's go to their... Yes, please. And listen, Arnab, Maulana Mufti, who brought it up? Who brought it up? The same dispensation brought it up 10 years ago and ruined the whole situation. You today we are talking about it. The entire J&K situation needs to be relooked completely from strategic point of view, completely from strategy and defense and security point of view. There is no soft gloves there. Moment you send a perception to Pakistan that police is handling, CRPF is handling, politicians are handling, believe you me, there are enough people to recruit. How do you stop recruitment of terrorists across Pakistan in that territory? When they get to know that army is in fully control, you step in and they'll shoot you. Do you step in and there is a spot, they are not bothered whether anybody is killed or not, they will just shoot you. We did that earlier. We did that in 90s when the Al-Qaeda was also here. We did that in early 2000. We have done it in 2014-15. Why are we today confused? My issue is, why are we confused? What do we want? What do we want? You want a government, the head of government, but let the entire operations be handled by Northern Army Commander, allocating resources. He's the boss.
I'm totally with you, sir. I'm totally with you, sir. 1,000%, the people of the country are with you, sir. The people of the country are with you, sir.
The day ISI Pakistan knows Northern Commander is the chief, is the supreme chief. Nobody's bothered, no politician, nobody. Believe you me, 50% recruitment will die across the border that very day. Please announce it tomorrow. We are confused. We are following a confused strategy. We are interfering with the armed forces completely. I'm very clear about it.
Sir,
and I'm with Jan Bakshi. Why did we go for an agreement on the LC? Why? We are actually confused. There is nobody in the NSA from the army. Nobody. There's no deputy NSA even there. There's nobody in the NIA from the senior army. Nobody. You people are confused. J&K is not a normal situation. It's not a political situation. It has been a military situation from last 30 years.
So the question
and there will be a military solution, let me tell you.
Sir, the only solution is a military solution.
There are examples of ISI being
I tell you.
Al-Qaeda being marginalized. Taliban being marginalized. You need a heavy military hand. And please, only military people appoint Jal Bakshi as the Lieutenant Governor and see the difference. You got a Lieutenant Governor who is doing everything other than the required thing there. Appoint a good army officer there as the Lieutenant Governor. You are
I have very radical.
We are losing people every day. We go to rural India. We attend their martyrdom. We attend their funerals. We feel pain to see those families. Nobody will feel the pain.
General Bakshi, this.
And you can keep talking politics.
General Bakshi, this.
You can keep blaming politicians because they ruin it. So you continue to ruin it.
No, sir, General Bakshi, General Dayal, before I bring in General Bakshi, I'm extending the debate by a couple of minutes. May I say one thing, sir? Viewers, it singes my heart. I've grown up in an army background. It singes my heart. Day after day after day, since Modi 3.0 came in, 10 terrorist attacks, we are sitting. I was talking to General Bakshi today, and you know what he told me, viewers? He said, Arnab, we were very lucky when the Riyasi attack happened. And the day Prime Minister Modi was sworn in, I was at the swearing-in ceremony, General Bakshi, and I got the news there. And I told myself, this is Pakistan's message. And you know, that incident, General Bakshi told me that had it not been for a slight change of plan by the driver who drove it into a cavern, there would have been more than 50 casualties of people who were going to Mata Vaishno Devi shrine. What are we sitting and doing? My view is simple, General Bakshi. One, make it clear, no pulling back on Armed Forces Special Powers Act. I want General Dayal on the screen. Make sure there's no pulling back of Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Point number 2, announce more freedom for the army. Third, appoint, if not replace the existing Lieutenant Governor, appoint serious 2 or 3 military advisors who will operate operationally to coordinate between the Lieutenant Governor and the Corps Commanders and the army. 4, please revisit the Agniveer scheme if you feel it is affecting the morale, or at least give something in terms of a short-term measure to say that we will look at the Agniveer scheme and probably give more incentives to Agniveers. 5, start recruiting more army men. Machines only cannot win you wars or conflict situations. You will need foot on the ground. And lastly, completely, indefinitely cancel this election process in Jammu and Kashmir. We don't need that. Jammu and Kashmir needs central rule. Lastly, I will say, if you want a political solution, first, no, sir, no. What election in this situation, sir? People are dying. You want to come to power, that's all you want.
Has to do.
We don't need elections. This is all happening because you've thrown the carrot of elections. We need a solution, not elections.
For another 20 years, I am not worried about it. You cancel it for another 20 years. But in a union territory, the government has no control over the security, nor over the law and order even. It is the Home Minister which has to deal in a union territory. It is an election under a union territory. You must bear it in mind that union territory.
Yeah, I want General Bakshi.
Arnab, I'd like to state we should not fight this defensively on the own side of the border. You will have to hit across, raise costs and consequences for the Pakistan army.
Yes, sir.
It is essential. And as far as these votaries of Mehbooba Mufti, don't forget, in her time she had started that project Roshni. She was trying to settle in Jammu, in Kathua, a lot of Gujjar Bakkarwals along the Khads, along the Nalas, along which the terrorists infiltrate. She was setting in plans to help the Pakistani infiltrators come in. She was trying to change the demographic composition of the Jammu region. Don't talk crap.
Where from this demography has come?
He had raised the alarm. Who settled the Rohingyas next to the army camps? Who settled the Rohingyas next to the army camps? Arnab, I think you pussyfooted around it a little too much. I think you need to free the hands of the demography to hit across, to raise costs and consequences. Why is the ceasefire? Why is the
digressing the discussion?
Listen. To facilitate.
There is something else. There is something that I like to add to what General Bakshi is saying.
1 minute. General Bakshi, you're getting a rebut. I allow it. 1 minute. One minute. First Muzaffar and then Aditya Gupta, because I will allow all sides. Muzaffar ji, why do you disagree with what General Bakshi has said?
Arnab, today we are here to discuss the marches today and the attack, not the demography. This is digression of the topic. Secondly, Mehbooba Mufti never framed this policy of the Roshni. It is just an allegation against her. She is not from my party.
She was not in government.
That is not the truth. The second, she was not in the government at the time when the Roshni came into being. Secondly, we are with you. You do whatever you want to do, stop these type of infiltration as well as attack. We are ready to provide even support. If you do not want to hold elections, if elections are the obstacles in tackling these type of situations, we are with you. But I fail to understand, Arnabji, how elections will come in our way.
So what happens is simple. I'll tell you what happens is simple. What happens is simple.
I just answer that.
No, I'll just give one response. So what happens is simple. Before an election, politicians have looked at the Engineer Rashid issue. So they feel that the more secessionist the line that you take, the more support you will get, you will win the elections. So they will muddy the waters. Sir, please, they will muddy the waters before an election. And my point is, and I'll tell you, Aditya, before an election, we need a level playing field for the army. Army needs to be free. Army can't be in a situation where it feels if it takes action and there is some collateral damage, it will become a political issue. Army cannot operate. You tell them to take the guns.
The defense minister.
Pardon me?
Even the chief
Sir, if you... Aditya, you can't have it both. Either you want peace or you want the army to pull back. You can't have peace if the army pulls back. You be clear about it.
We never said it. We never said
What
is
required here, Arnab? What is required here, Arnab? Full support to army. Both generals are right. The army needs full support, but the problem is at the local ground level, the intelligence either is failing or it is not being passed on. The heads needs to be rolled on. DG cannot be standing here and passing political remarks. He has to do his job. He has to assist the army. The LG has to assist the army. When I told you on 9...
Excuse me. The intelligence was being collected by the army itself when it had a series of dominating posts.
Okay, let me take this forward again tomorrow. The fact is the encounter is still going on. The action by the army will continue. I just hope this shadow of an election does not spoil things for the army out there. Our full support is for the army. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to debate 2, we had a brazen call by Tauqir Raza Khan, once supported by the Congress of the Ittihad-e-Millat Council, once a very, very close ally of the Vadra Congress and the Samajwadi Party, he has given an open call of mass conversion of Hindu women into Islam in Uttar Pradesh to facilitate their nikah. Big controversy. Let's debate.
मेरे पास इस वक्त 23 एप्लीकेशंस हैं, तो धर्म परिवर्तन की जो प्रक्रिया है वो पूरी की जाएगी और उनका बाकायदा निकाह होगा.
In a shocking development, Maulana Taqir Raza has announced a religious conversion ceremony for interfaith couples. The cleric is no stranger to controversy. Listen to this statement of Taqir Raza.
अगर बटला हाउस इनकाउंटर की जांच करा ली होती, दुनिया को पता चल जाता कि जो मारे गए वो आतंकवादी नहीं थे, उनको शहीद का दर्जा मिलना चाहिए.
In an undated video, he was purportedly heard giving a genocide call against Hindus. Hear this.
हिंदू भाइयों से खास तौर से कह रहा हूँ, मुझे उस वक्त से डर लगता है जिस दिन मेरा ये नौजवान कानून अपने हाथ में ले लेगा. जिस दिन ये नौजवान बेकानून हो गया और कानून अपने हाथ में लेने पर मजबूर हो गया, तो तुम्हें हिंदुस्तान में कहीं पनाह नहीं मिलेगी.
कांग्रेस का हाथ वोट बैंक के लिए इन जहरीले तत्वों के साथ, इस नफरती बोलने वाले मौलाना पर कांग्रेस पार्टी और पूरी इंडिया अलायंस खामोश है. ये सेकुलर साइलेंस का कारण क्या है? वोट बैंक, इन पे तो सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई होगी.
Bareilly SSP Anurag Arya has issued a statement.
कल नगर मजिस्ट्रेट के यहाँ एक एप्लीकेशन दी गई है 21 तारीख को एक आयोजन करने के लिए, जिसकी जांच जो स्थानीय पुलिस है और LIU है इनके द्वारा की जा रही है. ये अपनी रिपोर्ट तैयार करके प्रेषित करेंगे. तो हम लोग कोई भी आयोजन ऐसा नहीं होने देंगे जो समाज में किसी प्रकार की कटुता को पैदा करे या फिर जनपद की शांति व्यवस्था में कोई खलल पैदा करे.
The Congress has defended the cleric.
Constitution allows it with free will. If you want to convert, then there is no problem. If anybody in our country they want to convert freely, then there is no problem.
The Hindu Mahasabha has accused Taqir Raza of trying to foment communal unrest.
तौकीर रजा ने जो इस तरह के विष वमन कर रहे हैं काफ़ी समय से, ये बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है और अब इनका पाप का घड़ा भर चुका है. अब इसका कहीं ना कहीं फोड़ने की आवश्यकता हो गई है. तो अब उनको तत्काल अब सलाखों के अंदर जाना चाहिए.
The controversial event is set to be held on July 21st. The question is an attempt being made to make the social ill of religious conversion the new normal?
जी से है जो राष्ट्र प्रवक्ता है विश्व हिंदू परिषद के. तो ये उत्तर प्रदेश के जो चुनाव है उनके नतीजों के बाद ये कर रहे हैं, उसके पहले नहीं कर रहे थे. उनको लग रहा है कि अभी शायद बीजेपी थोड़ी बैकफुट पर है, योगी आदित्यनाथ बैकफुट पर है, बुलडोजर अप्रोच बैकफुट पर है, तो ये मास कन्वर्जन होनी चाहिए. इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं विनोद बंसल जी?
देखिए, ये तो सीधा सीधा इनका नाम तो मौलाना है और काम इनका भड़काना है. अर्णब जी इनको अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं आप, और आपके सभी दर्शक को अच्छी तरह पहचानते भी हैं. ये जहरीले बयान देना, हिंदू समाज के विरुद्ध विश्वमन करना और मुस्लिम समाज के यूथ को अलगाववाद, आतंकवाद और जिहाद की तरफ उकसाना, ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. ये पिछले कम से कम 1 दशक से इस तरह से विश्वमन करते चले जा रहे हैं. ये मौलाना जो है ना, ये भड़काऊ मौलाना को उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने नकार दिया. अब इसको तड़ी पार करना जरूरी है. इसको आप देखिए, इस तरह के मौलाना, इनको मुझे ये बताइए कि इनको अधिकार किसने दिया धर्मांतरण का अड्डे चलाने का? क्या गवर्नमेंट ने कोई कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन इनको दे रखी है कि नहीं आप धर्मांतरण कराइए और आराम से हमें रजिस्ट्रेशन कराइए? ये कहते हैं कि मेरे पास इतने सारे बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशन आए हैं और उन्होंने धर्मांतरण किया. अब मुझे बताइए कि अब हम धर्मांतरण कराएंगे भी, ये भी कहते हैं. ये जो चेहरा है इनका बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है. बेसिकली अंकुर लगाना जरूरी है.
मुफ्ती साहब, ये भड़काना नहीं है तो और क्या है? कोई अगर धर्मांतरण करना चाहे करे, मगर ये मास कन्वर्जन क्यों? कैमरे को बुला के, लोगों को बुला के, सबके सामने आप कई हिंदू महिलाओं को वहां पे आप उनका धर्मांतरण करेंगे, उनको मुस्लिम बनाएंगे, उसका शो ऑफ करेंगे, उसकी पब्लिसिटी करेंगे. ये भड़काना नहीं है तो क्या है? आप अनम्यूट कीजिए, अनम्यूट करें. आवाज नहीं आ रही, अनम्यूट करिए अपने आप को। नहीं, अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे जब तक आप जवाब न दे। हाजी आवाज आ रही है अभी, जी बोलिए। नहीं कर, मैं चाहता हूं हाजी मेहरुद्दीन रंगरेज इस पर जवाब दें, तब तक मैं प्रोडक्शन टीम को कहूंगा फोन करके मुफ्ती ज़ियाई को हेल्प करे। हाजी जी।
मैं अर्नब जी एक बात कह रहा हूं कि जब घर वापसी के नाम पर जो वीएचपी है और बजरंग दल के लोग हैं, उन्होंने गली और मोहल्ले और इलाकों में जो है दुकान खोलकर बैठे हैं घर वापसी के नाम पर, जो है मुस्लिम,
हमने कोई दुकान नहीं खोली हुई।
हमारी जो लड़कियां हैं
और घर वापसी को
हिंदू धर्म में लाकर जो है उनकी पब्लिसिटी
फोन करें, मैं करूं,
सोशल मीडिया पे भी डालते हैं, तो लोगों को ये भड़काने वाला नहीं है क्या? इनके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई कब होगी? मगर जब तौकीर रजा साहब किसी बयान को देते हैं तो जितने भी हिंदूवादी संगठन है वो आ जाते हैं कि इनका जो है इलाज होना चाहिए, इन्हें जेल में डाल देना चाहिए। मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, जितने भी साधु संत हैं या मौलवी हैं,
आप देखिए कि मुसलमानों को कानून हाथ में लेने की बात करने वाला,
उन्हें ऐसे बयानबाजी से बचना चाहिए, ऐसी कंट्रोवर्सी से बचना चाहिए। मगर जब वो जीभ काटने की बात करते हैं, धार्मिक गुरु, हिंदू धार्मिक गुरु गर्दन काटने की बात करते हैं, उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई नहीं होती है। अगर कोई मुसलमान कर देता है तो उसके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई भी होती है और प्रशासन भी उनके घर पर बुलडोजर की कार्रवाई करता। तो मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि ये बिल्कुल गलत है, ऐसी बयानबाजी से धार्मिक लोगों को बचना चाहिए। ये हमारी पार्टी का
धर्मांतरण करने का बताओ ना आपको
अर्नब जी,
ये इसको
बताइए मुझे,
चलाने का अधिकार किसने दिया? अरे ये भड़काऊ मौलाना जो
अपनी मर्जी से अगर धर्म परिवर्तन करता हो, उस पर किसी भी तरीके की हमारे संविधान की किसी किताब में कोई आईपीसी की धारा नहीं बनती। देश का आर्टिकल 25 के तहत सबको अपने अपने धर्म फॉलो करने की इजाजत है, और कोई भी जबरदस्ती अगर कोई किसी को धर्म परिवर्तन करवाता है उसके खिलाफ हमारे देश में कानून है। मगर अगर कोई अपने आप करता है, अपनी मर्जी से करता है, तो उसमें किसी भी तरीके की कोई दिक्कत किसी को नहीं होनी चाहिए।
उत्तर प्रदेश
मुफ्ती ज़ियाई जी, हिंदुओं को भड़काने की कोशिश क्यों? कल अगर 1000 मुसलमानों को कोई वहां पे खड़ा करके उनकी घर वापसी करे तो क्या आप चुप रहेंगे?
नहीं, अर्नब
आप चुप रहेंगे तब
देश में पहले भी देखने को मिले हैं।
लेकिन
एक बात और है अर्नब, जो देश के सामने आना चाहिए, वो दरअसल बात यह है कि हिंदुस्तान का कल्चर इस बात की इजाजत नहीं देता है कि शादीशुदा जोड़ा बगैर लिव इन रिलेशन में जो लोग रहते हैं, इस बात की धर्म इजाजत नहीं देता, चाहे हिंदू धर्म हो या मुसलमान धर्म हो, वो लोग आपस में,
अरे मौलाना को बोल दीजिए,
वो लोग आपस में एक साथ रहते हैं।
अरे मौलाना को बोल दीजिए,
तो अच्छी बात है। उसमें इस तरह से हिंदू भाइयों ने भी कई जगह कराया है, मुसलमान भाई भी बने हैं, तो उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। लेकिन इसे भड़काने वाला बना करके माहौल क्यों खराब करते हैं?
कैसे फर्क नहीं पड़ता? जो मुसलमान बनता है देश के लिए गद्दार खड़ा हो जाता है।
देखिए क्यों बुरा लग रहा है कि हिंदू बहनें हमारी इस्लाम कबूल कर रही हैं अपनी मर्जी से? देश में कानून बदलने का राज है, हर एक शख्स अपने दीन पर कायम रह सकता है।
जहाँ मुसलमान अधिक बन जाते हैं वो आतंकवादी बनते हैं,
आतंकवादी बनाकर बन जाती है।
पाकिस्तान जैसे देश करके बन जाते हैं, अफगानिस्तान
धर्म को आतंकवादी कहना ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है। अगर मैं उल्टा के जवाब दूंगा तो आपको
विनोद जी
कल्चर नहीं है ये हमारे और अर्नब के चैनल का बिल्कुल कल्चर है।
मैं चाहता हूँ मुफ्ती साहब देखिए, मुफ्ती साहब देखिए मैं आपको बात देखिए, ये हिंदू मुस्लिम सिचुएशंस अच्छी तो नहीं होती,
बिल्कुल नहीं।
देश में सिर्फ राष्ट्रवाद होना चाहिए, है ना? इसमें नहीं मेरी बात तो फिर अगर कोई अपना धर्म परिवर्तन कर रहा है, स्वयं कर रही है, अगर कोई हिंदू महिला स्वयं कर रही है तो करे, कोई रोक थोड़ी रहे, विनोद बंसल थोड़ी रोक रहे। मगर मैं कह रहा हूं, नहीं मेरी बात सुनिए, उसमें एक मौलाना तौकीर रजा ने 2010 में वहां पे बरेली में जिस दिन वहां पे दंगे हुए थे उसमें उनका रोल था, जिन्होंने कहा कि मुझे अंदेशा है कि हमारे नौजवान अगर हमारे कंट्रोल से बाहर चले गए तो हिंदुस्तान को सिविल वॉर से कोई बचा नहीं सकता, सनातनी कहीं रह नहीं सकते। ऐसे बैकग्राउंड के व्यक्ति हिंदू महिलाओं को वहां पे लाइन में खड़ा करके उनको उनका धर्म परिवर्तन कर रहे हैं तो भड़काना नहीं होता?
देखिए
नहीं मौलाना जी, आप रीजनेबल बात करिए, बी रीजनेबल।
मौलाना तौकीर रजा ने अगर इस तरीके के पुराने भाषण उनके मौजूद हैं, उनके ऊपर में कार्रवाई करने की मांग हम आपके सामने करते हैं ना, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई कीजिए ना, क्यों नहीं? उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार उन पर कार्रवाई करती है,
पहले विकास हो गया
सरकार को ऐसे लोगों पर कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए, वो काम करें।
अरे जब मौलाना ने इस तरह से बोला था तब तो नहीं बोले थे,
बुराई नहीं है,
तब कहां सो रहे थे?
हिंदुस्तान की सभ्यता का मसला है,
आतंकवादियों को शहीद बता करके
हर एक धर्म के
और वो आप तालियां बजाते थे उस समय
कि हर एक को अपने अपने,
अरे आतंकवादियों को शहीद बताने वाले के ऊपर तालियां बजाने की आप उस समय,
तो फिर क्या दिक्कत है?
अरे ये मौलाना को जेल में होना चाहिए नहीं होना चाहिए, बताइए ना।
अरे तो साहब क्यों नहीं?
मौलाना को धर्मांतरण का अधिकार किसने दिया, बताओ ना।
आपको भी होना चाहिए,
यूपी सरकार
जेल में तो आपको भी होना चाहिए। आप पूरे दिन टीवी चैनलों पर जाकर जो है
अरे मुझे
मुसलमान करते हैं, आप मुसलमानों के खिलाफ
घर में वापस आने का अधिकार नहीं है क्या?
के लिए
नहीं बिल्कुल, क्या किसी हिंदू बहन को मुसलमान बनने का अधिकार नहीं है क्या?
सरकारें जो है वो
अरे बनने का कैसे अधिकार है? बनने का हाईकोर्ट का निर्णय नहीं देखा आपने?
आप जैसे लोगों को हाईकोर्ट देना चाहिए, अगर भाईचारा बना के रखना है तो बजरंग दल को बैन कर देना चाहिए, आरएसएस को बैन कर देना चाहिए।
आपको प्रोफेशन प्रोपोगेट करने, अरे चूज करने का अधिकार उनको, मौलाना को कहां से हो गया? चूज करने का अधिकार व्यक्ति को है, मौलाना को नहीं है।
अपना धर्म
ये क्या आतंकवाद का?
मुफ्ती साहब
ये धर्मांतरण का अड्डा चलाने वाला है।
नहीं धर्मांतरण कराना ये कानूनन खिलाफ है, गलत बात है, लेकिन इस बात को समझना पड़ेगा जो जानबूझ के अपनी मर्जी से इस्लाम कबूल करना चाहते हैं, जो बहनें इस्लाम कबूल कर रही हैं, उनका स्वागत कर रहे हैं, वो इसमें क्या दिक्कत है?
आई विल ओनली कोट वन थिंग मुफ्ती साहब, मैं एंड में एक बात कोट करना चाहता हूं, मैं अपना कंक्लूजन विद यू ऑन द, मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूं कि ये जुलाई के 2 तारीख को देयर वाज अ इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट जज जिन्होंने कहा कि रिलीजियस conversions continue like this. उन्होंने कहा the word propagation means to promote, but it does not mean to convert.
बिल्कुल।
आप propagate कीजिए इस्लाम को, मगर आप conversion बंद करिए। ये और दूसरी बात, नहीं मैं नहीं कह रहा, विनोद बंसल नहीं कह रहे, उन्होंने कहा, जज साहब ने कहा इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट के, उन्होंने कहा if this process mass conversion continues, then in one day the majority population in this country will be the minority population in the country one day. ये मैंने नहीं कहा, ये इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट के ऑनरेबल जज साहब ने कहा है
कि कन्वर्जन किसी भी सूरत में जोर जबरदस्ती कहीं नहीं होना चाहिए, हर एक शख्स को।
अरे भाई साहब, देश के बंटवारे इसी कन्वर्जन के चक्कर में हो गए।
बहनें, हिंदू बहनें
पाकिस्तान बना, अफगानिस्तान बना, बांग्लादेश बना,
उसमें क्या दिक्कत
Viewers,
है?
I want to say one thing at the very end.
बंगाल की
बंसल जी,
बंसल की वजह से,
और हर एक धर्म में शादी ब्याह को बहुत ही पवित्र माना जाता है। उस पवित्रता को
I will only close by saying, I will close by saying one thing. मैं एक बात कहूंगा एंड में, I see this linked to the political situation, जो राजनीतिक परिस्थिति है उत्तर प्रदेश में।
आप देश में
मुफ्ती साहब जब देखिए, ये तौकीर राजा बिल्कुल शांत थे, ये तौकीर राजा शांत थे जब इनको लगा कि योगी आदित्यनाथ की पोजीशन थोड़ी वीक हो गई है, तो देखिए क्या करना शुरू कर दिया। मगर मुझे लगता है आप बहुत जल्दी अज्यूम कर रहे हैं कि योगी आदित्यनाथ इज बिकम वीक, मे बी इज नॉट दैट वीक।
योगी जी के पोजीशन मजबूत है और अच्छे से।
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, योगी आदित्यनाथ थोड़े से इज नॉट डन वेल इन द इलेक्शन does not mean कि तौकीर राजा should do what he says.
वहाँ के शासन को चलाने के लिए शासन अच्छे से चला रहे हैं और वो बहुत अच्छा चलाएंगे, किसी किस्म की कोई जबरदस्ती।
I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that debate. When I come back, the irony of a situation where Nupur Sharma does not have any freedom or any liberty anymore, but the person who said Sartan se juda is acquitted in a few minutes.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity University Dubai has been awarded as the best university campus in the Middle East by Forbes magazine and recognized as the best university for job placements. Jumpstart your global career in Dubai with Amity, with faculty and students from over 50 nationalities. Visit amity.edu/Dubai.
Like they said, take a look at what happened.
hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
What are you doing?
Just a couple of days after the Honorable Supreme Court of India ruled that a Muslim woman in India is entitled to seek alimony from her husband after divorce, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has adopted a surprising and shocking resolution declaring the judgment as anti-Sharia. They did this during triple talaq. They did it again during CAA, and now they are at it once again. The utter disregard and disrespect for the law of the land by these self-styled champions of religious law is what I fail to understand. Where is that left-lib media that claims to be the guardian of equality when some people are saying Sharia above Constitution? Do they have the guts to take on the All India Muslim Personal Law Board?
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. Gauhar Chishti, the Khadim of the Ajmer Dargah, who led the Sar Tan Se Juda call, which means off with your head, we will behead you, who led the Sar Tan Se Juda protest, Sar Tan Se Juda slogans against Nupur Sharma, has today been acquitted. He's out, free man, no case, over. This is a legal process, and the courts have the right to acquit anyone, convict anyone. They have a right to acquit a man who went missing after creating a communal situation. The courts have the right to acquit him. They have the right to acquit a man accused of calling for beheading fellow citizens. They have a right to acquit him. The courts have that right. And Gauhar Chishti, accused of Sar Tan Se Juda, is a beneficiary of that legal process. But unfortunately, the late Kanhaiya Lal is not. Kanhaiya Lal was hacked to death by two Islamist fanatics, Muhammad Riaz and Muhammad Gauss. Riaz and Gauss had made a video, if you remember, of the Sar Tan Se Juda moment when they beheaded Kanhaiya Lal. Then they posted the beheading of Kanhaiya Lal online. So Sar Tan Se Juda happened. The beheading, the Sar Tan Se Juda of Kanhaiya Lal shocked the whole country. We all debated it. For some time, even the pro-Islamist crowd was quiet. The wokes, the woke liberals, the pseudo, the left liberals, they were all quiet for a few days. They were shocked. And today, the same Gauhar Chishti is out. On the right of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, Gauhar Chishti. He's out, he's a free man, and he has been acquitted. So life is normal for him. And on the left-hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, is the young, now suspended BJP leader Nupur Sharma. She lives a life of constant threat. She can move nowhere, go nowhere. Her life is in constant danger. She's not even free to follow her profession. She has no way to earn a living. This is a reality, ladies and gentlemen. This is a reality. I know other channels will not talk about it. But I believe that these are realities that we must think about. I want to run their pictures, please. It's a reality you cannot avoid. It is a reality today that Nupur's life is under constant threat and Gauhar Chishti is a free man. It's a reality you would have never imagined 2 years back. That the man who led the Sar Tan Se Juda slogans along with all the others, a man who went missing for 15 days to avoid the law, will be declared innocent by the law. But ladies and gentlemen, we must accept this reality. And in a democracy, you and I have a right. We have a right to question it. We have a right to debate it. So let's debate.
June 2022, the Sar Tan Se Juda provocation sent shockwaves across the country. From the spine-chilling murder of Kanhaiya Lal to the cold-blooded killing of Umesh Kole, the threat of radicalism was looming large. At the center of it was Nupur Sharma and her alleged comments. Today, the very enablers of the Sar Tan Se Juda provocators have been set free.
पिछली सरकार का स्वभाव रहा है आतंकवादियों को बचाने का। आप कांग्रेस का पूरा उठाकर देख लो। कांग्रेस ने जब बॉम्बे में ताज होटल में बम कांड हुआ, उस अपराधी को बचाने के लिए रात को अपने वकील खड़े कर दिए और जमानत के लिए अपील कर दी। यहाँ उसको फांसी होनी चाहिए, फांसी रोकने के लिए अपील कर दी। कांग्रेस खुलकर ये कह दे कि हम आतंकवादियों के साथ हैं, आतंकवादी हमारे हैं।
But 2 years on, Nupur Sharma is still living a life of fear and despair as if under house arrest.
सनातनियों के लिए, हिंदुओं के लिए और कोई देश भी नहीं है, ये सत्य हम सबको भी पता है। जो मैंने देखा है पिछले 2 साल में, सनातनियों का नरसंहार करने की कोशिश की गई।
As the likes of Chishti with a criminal background dating decades walk free, will the religious fanaticism and hate speech be given a free run?
So, ladies and gentlemen, Gauhar Chishti, Syed Gauhar Hussain Chishti, and 5 others who in this video, let me put the video on air. In this video, which I am about to show you, viewers, they said, Sar Tan Se Juda, Sar Tan Se Juda, Sar Tan Se Juda, Sar Tan Se Juda. And now I want to play the video once again. Can we play it? Okay. Now, after they chanted Sar Tan Se Juda, Sar Tan Se Juda, we all remember what happened to Kanhaiya Lal. Kanhaiya Lal, we remember in Udaipur, he was hacked to death. This tailor, he was hacked to death. This is the video before he was attacked. And he was killed. And the people who carried out the beheading, they are the people on the screen. Remember this. Names are Muhammad Riaz and Muhammad Ghaus. Put their picture on the screen. They made a video. They made a video with this knife, cleaver. That with this cleaver, we cut his neck. Okay? Go back, please. I don't need this full frame. I'll tell you when I do. Then they posted this online. And today, Syed Gohar Hussain Chishti has been acquitted. This is the situation today. Viewers, I believe anybody who takes the law into their own hands includes people who are inciting other people to take the law into their own hands. And if that is a religious figure, does not mean the person should be let free. Ratan Sharda, would you like to open this debate? Since it's 1 versus 4 as of now, your thoughts today on this, please. On Gohar Chishti being acquitted because there's insufficient evidence.
Though I'm shocked, I'm not surprised because this is in line with the Supreme Court judges who said that even 4-year-old girl's rapist has a future. The girl died, she didn't have a future. This is the atmosphere in which TMC MLA can say that Hindus are misguided, we will convert all of them. It is this atmosphere that says, the Maulvi from Bareilly Sampradaya said that we will marry off Hindu girls to Muslims. So this is the kind of instigation that happens. Now coming to this particular instigation, you will remember that Manupur was quoted by selective editing by a fact checker which led to the huge outcry, instigated people to call for Sarpanch se juda. That instigation was not taken seriously, but the lady who spoke in the heat of the moment when Shivling was being joked about and ridiculed, she was bashed up by the Supreme Court in a very horrible way. That was not part of the judgment, but it is still being quoted by these people. Now see what happened with the instigation. 6 people suffered violence. Kanhaiya Lal, Umesh Kolhe, then there is Manish Bhardwaj, Ankit Jha, Shanu Pandey and Nishank Rathod. Of the last Nishank Rathod, he was found on the railway track and there was a message to the father of the person, Gustaki Nabi ki saza, .. Now this is the kind of atmosphere in which judges find that this slogan had no instigation, this slogan created a mayhem across the society. And you also remember when this Kanhaiya Lal was murdered, people on the show, many of the Islamists refused to condemn it. They didn't condemn it. And I will also share a very sad situation that the witness who saw this particular beheading finally died. He was hiding because he was also under threat. And finally he died, a poor, broken man. And now private citizens are trying to support his family. This is the atmosphere in which we are living. And this is the only country where Hindus seek protection as a majority, where Hindus are hunted and abused by saying that you are majoritarian, you are fascist, and people like this who are showing on the screen, they go scot-free.
Sir, please and also refer to the Dharam Sansad of December 2021.
Please don't instigate me.
Don't get instigated. One minute. I first tell you one thing. I'll reduce the volume here. I will not allow in this debate much intervention. But I want to tell you, Ratan Sharda and Subhrashta, not to get instigated. We will not, don't get instigated. Let's make it a reasonable debate.
The people who ridiculed Nipur Sharma brought her to a state where she's hiding, while people who joked about it, roaming freely, coming on panels and very happily discussing Hindu-Muslim relations and joking about, showing their supremacy by saying that we can convert everybody, it's our right. This is the atmosphere in which those people who insulted her, who instigated her death threats,
I want to play the whole bite of Nupur, please.
Who are celebrated, and people like us have to hide behind
we need to
protection.
We need to. You see, what happened is what Ratan Sharda.
And these people come and argue with me.
No, Ratan Sharda. A few days back, a video of Nupur Sharma surfaced online.
Yes.
Nupur has not been seen for a long time. People don't know where is Nupur Sharma, what is she doing. I asked some people, let me tell you what they found out. They said that Nupur Sharma cannot even come out of her house. She can only move with security. She and her family are under constant threat and constant surveillance. And regardless of the comments that she made on that other news channel, the fact of the matter is she cannot earn her living.
She
cannot practice. Please, 1 minute, Ratan Sharda. I'm trying to go to another issue. And I'm not trying to go towards the issue which you are wanting to go into whether what she said was right or wrong. That is not my debate. And I don't want to move in that direction. So I am on a bigger issue. And I need your cooperation in letting me go on that big issue, Ratan Sharda. And therefore, I tell you today that I request you and Subhrashta, most humbly, don't get instigated. But I feel bad. Look at Nupur Sharma's situation today. She can't earn a living. She's a lawyer trained from the London School of Economics. She cannot practice freely. Her liberty is taken away. Now, I want to run this soundbite. Please listen to this. This is Nupur Sharma's comment. Please play it entirety with everyone on the screen. Thank you.
ये धर्म इकलौता मेरा नहीं है, ये सब हम सभी का है और इसकी रक्षा केवल मैं करूं, ये उद्देश्य भी मेरे हिसाब से इस लायक शायद मुझे भगवान ने समझा भी नहीं है।
पूरा
परंतु सनातनियों के लिए, हिंदुओं के लिए और कोई देश भी नहीं है, यह सत्य हम सबको भी पता है। जब ऊंचे पदों पे बैठे लोग कह देते हैं हिंदू हिंसक हैं, ऊंचे पदों पे बैठ के लोग कह देते हैं कि हिंदू सनातनियों का नरसंहार कर दो, दो बात कहूंगी। जो मैंने देखा है पिछले 2 साल में, सनातनियों का नरसंहार करने की कोशिश की गई।
And I'll play the full. That was a 1 minute 10 second chunk. This is a 3 minute chunk. My question to Atikur Rahman is this. Atikur Rahman, the controversy about Nupur Sharma's comments on a channel happened in May 2022. Then Gauhar Hussain Chishti, he made the Sartan se Juda call allegedly, and then he went hiding, he went missing. On June 28th, 2022, 2 men with cleavers, these big knives, I want to show it on the screen again, please. They said that we have killed Kanhaiya Lal. We've hacked him to death and we posted the video online. Pictures on the screen, please. My question to you, and I hope you'll be reasonable today, can I have the right pictures on the screen, please? Thank you. I want the pictures not of this, but I want the pictures of the killers. Tell me, did the call for Sartan se Juda lead to the beheading of Kanhaiya Lal or not? Tell me whether it did or not.
No.
Oh, no, he says, no.
No.
Did not. Okay. I did not ask you, by the way.
With that
I
logic,
did not ask you. I asked Atikur Rahman, not Abdul Razak. That's not your name. Speak when you're spoken to. I'm asking Atikur Rahman, who's a more reasonable man than you. We want no violence in this country. Atikur Rahman, be honest on this. Be honest.
Arnab, I was the one on your channel who supported Nupur Sharma. And I was the one who said that there is no blasphemy in Islam. Quran does not establish his blasphemy. What Nupur Sharma said was not blasphemy. The slogans like Sartan se Juda does not reflect what our Prophet's teachings are. So whoever are calling for these horrible slogans should be, in my opinion, treated as worse terrorists. And all hate mongers, including this particular men which we are talking of, should be behind bars. And I hope the higher judiciary will take cognizance and he will not be, spared in this ugly fashion. They should be punished, and all hate mongers, especially the people who try to cause Hindu-Muslim riots in our country, should be clearly treated as terrorists, nothing else. And I urge the present government and you, Arnab, that immediately call Nupur Sharma as she was on all other channels and all the platforms. She has every right to be present amongst us. And I assure you that the Muslim community largely does not believe in these horrible Sartan se Juda slogans. These are, people who might be having some political affiliation, and politics plays behind their minds. But largely, the Muslims do not support, because Quran does not establish this blasphemy.
Sir, I hear you. I hear you, but my question was different, which you did not answer. My question was, Subrashta, that Kanhaiya Lal was hacked to death. Sartan se juda was done to him in Udaipur on June 28th. You will remember, Subrashta, a week before the beheading of Kanhaiya Lal, Umesh Kole, who's a pharmacist from Amravati in Maharashtra, he was supporting Nupur Sharma. He was murdered as well in an act of revenge. There are people who were knifed, who survived knife attacks. There were people whose bodies were found on railway tracks with the line, ek hi saza. My question is, what is going on here now? Are people who will, use the Sartan se juda, are they going to get emboldened in our country? It is a thought. Whether the rest of the media debates it or not, it is something we need to introspect on. Subrashta.
Arnab, there is a reason why some of us are not only, political electorally. When we say that it is an ideological fight and it is going to go on for a long time, instances like these and incidents like these not only give fillip to our passion and our arguments, but also explains to us how the system, even today, has not been able to understand the common sentiment of not just Hindus, but majority in this country. What Atikur Rahman said can be echoed in some of the quarters of the, and I'm using this word very responsibly and and not with sarcasm, in the liberal Hindu community as well. It is true that there are people in the Muslim community who have instigated people all across through their extremist, utterances, not just utterances, but even their actions. In Hinduism also, Arnab, there have been instances of extremist speeches, but people have been called out. Please remember, panel after panel, people have come, people like us have come, people like Ratan Sharda have come and ensured that there is a sanity to this entire madness. But do you see a concerted effort, and I'm being very particular about it, from the Muslim community, a structured attempt to address this issue? Please don't tell me that the speeches that were made and the utterances and the kind of vitiated atmosphere that was there after Nupur Sharma's incident has not triggered not just that you keep mentioning Kanhaiya Lal, but something in Kanpur too. Something happened in Kanpur too after Jumme ki namaz on Friday after that incident. So yes, this fight is going to continue. I completely disagree with the judgment of the Honorable Court, and I am allowed to do that because it's not a Sharia land, it's a democracy. I will continue to say what I have to say. We will continue to fight for, and Nupur Sharma, by the way, is just a metaphor and an allegory for a larger fight. It is extremely disconcerting that a young person like Nupur Sharma, somebody who was my senior in college, university, is going through this, and none of us can do anything about it because the law of the land is such. Also because forget about the law of the land, that woman can never step out foot in her own homeland without fear anymore. And who is responsible for this? Will the Muslim community ever sit down to understand? She is also a micro minority, in that sense of the term. If we consider a majority to be people like us who have a voice, isn't she voiceless today? Why? Just because she had a point of view which was rendered seditious by some. There are people who are closing their eyes as if, I'm saying something which is, boiling their blood. I don't understand why. Why do you have to close your eyes to listen to this point of view? It's just a point of view. Constitution of India gives me freedom of expression. Constitution of India also asks me to restrain my freedom of expression. In case of Hindus, I'm sorry to say and break this news to you, in case of Hindus, all kinds of restrictions come into play. Even you, before you started the program, you said don't get instigated. But can we not have an appeal from the other side? Do not instigate the Hindus. When will we ever hear that statement from anyone, let alone you? Why is it that only we have to listen to all kinds of injunctions, understand all kinds of balance? We are supposed to maintain our calm and balance. Why? And if we start going back to history, you had your say. You had two countries divided exactly on the basis of religion, and because you were not comfortable with how things are here. But I don't want to go down that route, because I have a completely different view of Indian Muslims. Indian Muslims had Ras Khan. Indian Muslims had Abdurrahim Khan Khana. The kind of bhakti poetry that they have written, none of even our Hindu, writers of that time could match them. So please do not teach me secularism. Please do not teach people like us the meaning of democracy. We are democratic. Is the Muslim community in India, the larger Muslim community in India, democratic enough? And I'm not talking about my friends. I'm not talking about some people who come on the panel who have had a different kind of upbringing and who are liberal enough to incorporate other points of views. I'm specifically talking to those who treat Muslim community as some kind of a vote bank, despite knowing that
I personally, and by the way, the reason I told you don't get instigated is precisely that. It is very easy in a TV program, let me tell you, Subrashta, having done this for many years, to instigate and be instigated, which is probably what happened to Nupur as well. So I am just refraining from that. Ratan Sharda was on that show when that happened, and I feel it is very much in the domain of the anchor to make sure that instigating and instigation is both kept under a leash. And I'm only exercising that professional responsibility, otherwise the debate goes in a different direction. However, we must ask today, and I want to go to Ratan Sharda, but I will go to Tariq Lari, that the Honorable Supreme Court at that point of time said that Nupur Sharma should have apologized to the nation. I'm only thinking, what would the judicial system say about people who say sartan se juda? In fact, the Supreme Court came down so heavily on Nupur Sharma, saying she has a loose tongue, saying she is single-handedly responsible for what is happening in the country. Now that person, that tailor who was beheaded in Udaipur, who is responsible? The people who said sartan se juda? The people who took out their knives and cut off his head, or Nupur Sharma? And if you say, okay, it is Nupur Sharma, what about the responsibility of those who carried out the act? And those who told others to carry out the act? Are we not to speak about this? Or will every debate become on Hindu-Muslim lines in this country? We're talking about the rule of law, and I want Tariq Lari to come in on the debate. Tariq Lari from Lucknow.
या अर्नब, जब मुल्ले काटे जाएंगे तो राम राम चिल्लाएंगे। हिंदुस्तान में रहना होगा तो जय श्री राम कहना होगा। ये तो गली गली में, हर धार्मिक जुलूस में, मस्जिदों के सामने हर समय ये हम लोग को सुनने को मिलता है। तो मुल्ला तो तारिक अहमद लारी भी है, मुल्ला तो मेरा बेटा भी है, क्योंकि हम लोग इस्लाम के अपने धर्म के जानकार हैं। तो एक तरह से हम भी थ्रेट पे हैं। दूसरी बात, नुपुर जी की बात आप कर रहे हैं, तो नुपुर जी को मैंने भी 2 बार सलाह दी थी कि नुपुर जी, इस तरह से आप इस्लाम के ऊपर जो बात करती हैं और ख़ास तौर से हमारे पैगंबर पे बात करती हैं, ना किया करिए। लोग इसको अदरवाइज लेंगे, आपको झेलना पड़ जाएगा। तो एडवाइस ना मान के उन्होंने और ज़्यादा किया और उन्होंने हद भी पार कर दी। अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट को आप कह रहे हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट केम डाउन हेविली ऑन हर, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उनका अभी तक मुकदमा भी विदहेल्ड कर रखा है भाई। अभी तक उस मुकदमे में कोई आगे कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। पहले तो, सबसे पहले तो ये होना चाहिए था, जो नुपुर जी ने जो डायलॉग किया है, जो चीज़ बोली थी, उसका फैसला आना चाहिए था, उस पर चार्जशीट आनी चाहिए थी। बनिस्बत आई किस पे, जिन लोगों ने ये सर तन से जुदा वाला नारा दिया। अब वो एक्विट हो गए, तो आप लोग कह रहे हैं कि जज ने एक्विट कर दिया, तो क्या आप जुडिशरी पे उंगली उठाएंगे? क्या जुडिशियल सिस्टम पे उंगली उठाएंगे आप? जज के फैसले पे और जज के ऊपर पर्सनल उंगली उठाएंगे डिबेट करके? ये डिबेट करने की तो चीज़ है नहीं। आज मैं कोर्ट में था, वहाँ पे एक पॉस्को के केस में एक आदमी को बरी किया गया, तो क्या हम उस जज के ऊपर उंगली उठाएं? नहीं उठा सकते हैं। हाँ, अगर आपको कोई ग्रीवांसेस हैं या कोई बात है, तो आप सबसे बेहतर है कि आप अपील में जाइए। हाई कोर्ट मौजूद है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट मौजूद है, आप जाइए उसमें, बजाय ये सब करने के। लेकिन आज तक हमने तो भाई नहीं सुना कि किसी के ऊपर मुकदमा हुआ हो कि जब मुल्ले काटे जाएंगे तो राम राम चिल्लाएंगे, हिंदुस्तान में रहना होगा तो जय श्री राम कहना होगा। ये तो मैं अपने 20 साल की उम्र से सुन रहा हूँ। तो आज तक मैंने किसी का नहीं सुना कि उसके ऊपर ऐसा मुकदमा हो गया।
I just want to say one thing to you.
A sitting MP of BJP abuses the Muslim MP in the parliament, but Arnab will not do a show on that.